trip in our new van, Eloise. Say hello, Eloise. She can't talk, so she's not going to say hello. We got the dog in the back, and Alexis is here, of course. We're just going for one night, and basically to make sure that we haven't forgotten anything major, and that everything sort of works where it is for the one night. Because in a week or so, a little bit over a week, we're going to be heading on a really long trip to Adelaide. So that's going to be minimum 2 weeks, probably 2.5 weeks, I reckon. And it's going to be a long drive, and I just want to make sure that we haven't forgotten anything glaringly obvious. And, you know, being a relatively short distance away from home, if we've forgotten anything, 24 hours we'll handle not having it. It feels pretty darn awesome to be heading off in Eloise for our very first adventure in her. Any words to say? She says
Fun.
Fun, yay! Alright, well, I guess we'll see you when we get there.
Bear left, then turn left onto Swanbank New Italy Road.
Oh yes, Ollie. We're here. This is so annoying. Oh, is it exciting, Doggo? Is it
I
exciting?
think Holly might remember this place.
She seems to have a sense of when we've arrived at a place too. Well, I mean, you know, we're slowing down and all that. So, look at that. There's a few people here. Doggo over there. Which way do we want to face? Into or out of the car
Not too
park?
many people right now.
Should we have our usual spot, which is here-ish?
Yeah, I'd say so.
You excited, Ollie?
Camper
You
there.
excited? We're here.
Camper.
Ollie. Ollie. Is it nice to be back here? So we're back at New Italy. Oh, it might be a bit windy. I hope you can hear me. We're back at New Italy because it's a proven. We know it pretty well. We've been here, I think this might be our 4th time. Do you reckon it's our 4th time, Alexis? Alexis, do you reckon it's our 4th time here? Yeah, she says something like that. It's a bit bright. Nice and sunny though. The wind is up. Oh my goodness. But it's not super cold. It will probably be a bit cold tonight. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vehicles here, I think, including us. And I think 2 of those might be staff who work at New Italy. The dog's just like going, no, I'm wandering. You must follow me. Well, this is a bit annoying because I now have a big bag of dog poo and I don't know what to do with it. Lucky I've got a bucket that I can put it in. I don't know how I forgot. So we went to the shops and our plan was to have sausages on bread for lunch, and I got the bread but I didn't get the sausages. So that was clever. Luckily I bought 2 different packets of gnocchi, so I guess we're going to have gnocchi for lunch and then gnocchi for dinner. This is why we have a practice.
Camping.
It does mean we're camping, yes. Alexis was just remarking on the smell of this little stove burning. I've got lots of windows open here, so don't worry, it's still quite windy. I have this open, totally open down that end, and lots of airflow for you. So never fear that we're cooking in an enclosed space. There is so much airflow, trust me.
Carbon monoxide.
And a carbon monoxide detector, yes. So we're totes safe. Just waiting for the, well, it's not the kettle, just waiting for this pot to boil, and then we'll have the gnocchi, which was going to be dinner, but it's going to be lunch and dinner now. I'm really glad I bought 2 buckets. I can't believe I forgot to buy the sausages. Seriously. Despite my lack of planning with forgetting to get the sausages when we stopped at the shops, which was pretty much specifically to get sausages, we now have some gnocchi, what's it called again? Pesto gnocchi. So Alexis is eating, the dog is sitting there wanting to be involved, and yeah, mine's ready somewhere here. Here it is. And yeah, I only just have enough pesto that I brought with me as well, so we're sort of having a lighter flavoured pesto than we normally would. This pesto mix that we've used for this, it's well, I call it pantry pesto. I can put the recipe like in a comment or something if you like, because it's really good. You basically whiz up nuts and basil and parsley, and it's potentially not as flavoursome as fresh pesto whizzed up in a blender with oil, but it is perfect for camping. It's I don't know what you can see there, but yeah, it's like a mix of dried herbs, and also you need to have Parmesan cheese. Now I make a vegan Parmesan cheese with nooch / nutritional yeast / savory yeast flakes, and that works really well in it as well. There's Parmesan in the recipe for this pantry pesto, but I add extra Parmesan. Always give a donation when you can to the places that would like a cash donation. It's filling up now. It gets quite busy in the afternoon. She's peeing on all the things. Not Alexis, I meant Ollie was. Well, this is annoying. This bottle that was in there, it's developed a leak, and when there's pressure in it, water comes out there. I thought I'd fixed it, but I hadn't, and I put it away in there with like a half a pump of pressure in it, because you know that's where all that stuff here belongs. And I touched in there and it was leaking. So now I have my Sirocco fan. I had to unhook the wiring that was all the way up around there. Now I've got that fan going in there to try and dry that spot. So that's really annoying. I was ready to just hang out and relax and, you know, read my next Aldi catalogue, but then I had to do that. Just heading out to the loo. I've got Alexis locked in the car. It's starting to get dark already. Oh, it looks pretty bright back there, but it's not. Doing okay so far. Finding a few little issues, which is exactly why we wanted to have the 24-hour camp, to find these things before we were on the road. So pretty glad that I had the chance to do that. A two-night camp would have been better than one, but you know, one's better than nothing, and hopefully any issues we'll encounter will be tonight and over tomorrow. And I've already encountered like 2 or 3 or something, so that's excellent. That was exactly the purpose. You found your unicorn, Ollie. You found your unicorn toy. Where's your unicorn? No, the one you literally just had. Here's your unicorn toy. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. That's a killer unicorn. Kill the unicorn. Yeah. I am so glad that we had this like overnight trip to test some of these things, because it would have been the worst discovering all this stuff when we were on the road to Adelaide, especially because I'll be driving quite a number of hours for our trip on the way there. I'm hoping to do sort of like 6 to 8 hours of driving a day, which is really quite tiring. And if I had to do that amount of driving and stop for lunch and get our lunch ready, and I hadn't sort of had a practice run, pulling the stove out, figuring out what was going to fit where, and sort of, at least some ways to do things, it would be really frustrating, and I would be so exhausted, and I'd probably get really cranky at Alexis because that's what we do when we get tired. We tend to take it out on those closest to us, and I don't want to do that. So I'm really glad we've had this chance. And this is only like, 5 hours in, and I've already learnt so much. I've come across a few situations where I thought, oh, okay, that needs to change, or make sure I bring this, or, I've managed to solve an issue such as spilling water in that drawer. And having to do that after many, many hours of driving would be just awful and would not make for a nice trip. So yeah, really, really happy we managed to have this night away. I mean, that was always the intention, to have at least one night before we headed off to Adelaide. And ideally I would have had 2 nights away, but we're just not going to have enough time. So one night will do for now. So yeah, I'm hoping that it doesn't go perfectly, as it hasn't so far, because when things don't go to plan, that's when we find solutions, and that's when we realize that things need to change. So yeah, I'm really glad for the things that haven't gone perfectly so far, because that means hopefully even if new things go wrong on the way to Adelaide, I will have some idea of how our little space here functions, and, you know, a way to solve them. Excuse this is just this little nighttime bag thingy, and it's sort of a convenient place to hang it there. It just means you can't really see Alexis. Right, we can tuck it up there. Oh yeah, right, that's not going to stay. I guess we'll say goodnight for now. And we shall sleep very comfortably, I think, because we've been pretty comfy all afternoon, haven't we? Good night. We will see you in the morning. Good morning. We just had our first test camp sleep in Eloise the van at New Italy, because we're familiar with the place, and it's got toilets and stuff, so it just made it nice and easy. And it was great. We stayed pretty warm. It's not super cold here. I think, I'm guessing it didn't go down to lower than maybe 9 or 10 degrees overnight, so it's not super cold. But we just had basically like long pants and long sleeves on, and then we had a sleeping bag, a sheet, and a sort of a really nice cozy blanket, not in that order. But yeah, we actually got a little bit warm, which is really good. I'm gonna show you how we set up, making sure that it didn't get too cold on the windows. So have a look. So there's outside the back window, and you can see, once the light adjusts, that we had one of these reflective things up. I will have some really nice quality ones at some point, so but this will do for now. There's Alexis at the side door there, and so we hung up a mover's blanket on that side, and it was just easier to put that mover's blanket there. So you can see it goes down to almost the floor. Then there's the front. You can see Reflectix cover on the front windscreen, and Alexis just opened the 2 front windows because it was a little bit warm in here. So that actually kept us quite warm. So that's really good. We didn't have any covers on the 2 front windows, you know, the passenger and the driver's window. And even without those coverings there, we stayed warm in, you know, with the blankets and with the clothing. So as we head further south, apparently Adelaide and Victoria, well, Adelaide is in South Australia, and Melbourne in Victoria, they've been getting pretty cold down there. And it'll just be getting cooler, and we head off in about a week, so I feel confident that we'll actually stay warm. So yeah, that worked really well. I'm absolutely pleased. I was a little bit concerned we would be cold, but behind these thin ply walls is insulation and sound deadening, and actually the sound deadening was really good, because when we've slept here at New Italy in the Prius, I've heard a lot more noise of people moving around outside and arriving and leaving and all that sort of stuff. But on this occasion, yeah, I heard them, but it wasn't as loud, so I'm actually really stoked with that. I'm really glad we got to get away for one night before we head off down south. I'm sure we'll encounter various things popping up that, you know, don't go quite right or whatever, but I mean, that's part of the adventure, right? And I'll be having tools with me as well, so if there's anything that sort of goes wrong with the build that we need to screw down or add a little bit here or there, then we can sort of do that. But as far as temperature goes, yeah, I think we're going to be all good. It is brekkie time. Very late brekkie, but you know, we tend to get up a bit late. There's Ollie. Over there in front of the van is my They're my frozen berries. I'm just defrosting them. Ollie's tied up on the little zip line. I have a stool and a little table. Alexis has a stool and the table will be the pull-out drawer. Thanks, Alexis. There's my drink waiting for me, and Alexis has been really helpful. Thanks, honey, with getting all of our breakfast stuff ready. This makes a really great little table. Alexis is doing a fantastic job here getting brekkie ready. Thank you, my darling. The dog's lead is a bit in the way. You can push it forward if you want to. So yeah, this zip line, I mean, I originally put it up for the dog. Oops, sorry, too much sun. But it's actually been really handy because what else we have up here? Oh, well, firstly, there's my wrist brace. But over here, where Alexis's head was, I hung my socks and my bra on there last night. And it was a really great place for them because they were out of the way. I was less likely to lose them in the bed and, or, you know, tucked in beside the bed. And that worked really well. So that was pretty cool. The back's looking pretty organised now. Everything is able to be reached pretty easily. I'm sort of glad I positioned the pull-out drawer behind there where I did, because this is the perfect space. So there's the back of that pull-out drawer. This is really the perfect space for sort of anything that we need outdoors. So pretty happy with that. Alexis is going to demonstrate how we put the tubs of food back into that drawer. You're not in the way at all, dog. That's fine. You stay there. There we go, and they fit perfectly. Well, Alexis, what are your thoughts on our first official camping overnight trip in Eloise the van?
Very good.
Yeah, me too. Is that all very good?
Well,
Any other thoughts?
cool.
I concur. It was awesome. It was comfy. We definitely didn't get cold. So I think when we're going to Adelaide, we're going to be actually really toasty warm. I mean, we may need to rug up a bit more than we did in the back. You can see Ollie's in the back there. She was pretty comfy. Weren't you, doggy? Yeah, you're a good girl. I'm looking at her in the mirror. Yeah, it worked really well. We sort of took a little bit of time to shift things around, figure out where things work, and I think it's going to be spot on. So, we shall head off now. Where's the exit? That way. And thank you for watching. I was actually waving to that man over there. That's right. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because that would be awesome. It helps my channel grow. Also, what helps is if you hit the thumbs up and leave a comment, because, you know, if it needs a response or if you want a response, I'll respond. Generally, I mean, you know, my channel's small enough so I still can, so get in there early. If I haven't mentioned yet, I actually started a Patreon too, so if that's your kind of thing, there'll be there'll be a link somewhere for you. And I guess that's it for now, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.